Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. So today's video is going to be my top pretty girl fragrances for summer. When it came down to picking out my top 10, because I did narrow it down, you know your girl's gonna mention some at the end, but when I was picking my 10, what I did was a lot of the ones that I'm gonna mention at the end, they kind of fall in the same genre. They don't smell the same, but they're all kind of your pink floral musky fragrance. So I kind of nixed a bunch of those and narrowed it down to 10, and then I'll go over them at the end just because to me you can never have too many easy grabs in your collection. That's just my opinion. When it comes to easygoing perfumes, those are my favorite kind of perfumes. I totally enjoy watching people who love more niche and more complex fragrances, but I like a little bit of everything, and I certainly have a large collection of easy, mass appealing fragrances. I just like smelling kind of girly, fruity, fun, and I like compliments. So this list could have been a lot longer because again, this is my kind of perfume. So we have a lot to go over. Let's go ahead and get into the video. All right, so the first one I'm going to talk about is actually not a perfume, but that is by the brand Sol de Janeiro, and we have the Brazilian Boom Boom Cream and the Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 62. And for me, I was looking in my collection for a coconut. To me, you gotta have an easygoing kind of tropical scent. At least I feel like you do. But coconut is actually something that even though I have quite a few perfumes with the note of coconut, I kind of have to be in the mood for them. They're not easy grabs to me, whereas this is an easy grab. And this does not have coconut. But I've always said, even in my coconut perfume video last year, that something about this gives me that kind of coconut, palm tree, tropical, by the beach vibe. And this is one that when I don't know what to wear or what coconut perfume to wear, I always end up reaching for this. But this is pistachio, this is almond, this has got a little bit of a salty beach air about it. This is about as gourmand as I'm gonna get in the summer. This is just yummy, and again, just a tropical, cozy, warm vacation. And again, that is Brazilian Crush Cheirosa 62 and Boom Boom Cream by Sol de Janeiro. So the next one I'm gonna talk about is an oldie but goodie, and that is Versace. And this one is Eros Parfums the Eau de Toilette. So for me, Versace, pretty much all the ones I have, they're all easy grabs in my collection. I have Versace, Dylan Blue, I have the Eau de Parfum. But to me, this is the prettiest, like the prettiest pretty girl fragrance. This is the fruitiest. And it's also one that made its way back into my collection. So I had decluttered this because I felt like I just had too much in this set category, too many citruses at the time, but honestly, I love citrus. So every time my mom wore this, I would be like, what are you wearing? And then every time I would just kind of spray it. It wasn't like one of those perfumes where I was like, no, it smells better on you. I was like, no, this smells good on me too. So I ended up repurchasing it and adding it back into my collection. But this is just a fruity, citrus, musky fragrance. This is mouth-watering. In fact, a lot of these fragrances are. I really love kind of mouth-watering, musky fragrances, freshies for the summer. And this one's just easy, citrus, and fruity. The Eau de Parfum is very similar, but it's a little bit more woody and I would say citrus in my opinion. This one, again, it has that kind of fruity note. I don't know if it's raspberry that's in here, but there is just something that just goes really well with the citrus. Yeah, this one has raspberry, it has white currant, mandarin orange, and Sicilian lemon. So it's just that citrus freshy that I love, but with that raspberry, it's just really mouth-watering and refreshing. So again, that is Versace Eros Parfums the Eau de Toilette. Okay, sticking kind of with citrus perfumes, we have here Valentino's Donna Born in Roma Yellow Dream. The regular Donna Born in Roma and also the new Coral Fantasy, to me, they're all pretty easy fragrances, but this one is not only my favorite, but to me, perfect for summer. Like, The original Donna Born in Roma has vanilla. It's a little bit more sexy to my nose, black currant, a little bit more going out in my opinion. This one is more of a summer freshie. It's musky. It's got rose in here, but the rose with the lemon, it's not like your other citruses where they're a little sharp. The musk in here, it's really kind of mellowing out that citrus note that's in here. This one only lists lemon, rose, and white musk. When this dries down, it does have the DNA of the original, but with that rosy lemon musky twist. Very refreshing and clean smelling for summer. And again, that is Valentino's Donna Born in Roma Yellow Dream. Another kind of fruity floral, but now we're kind of parting away from citrus. We have here Meliora by Parfums. And this one, oh my goodness, they're all mouth-watering. But this one is aromatic, it's green, it's kind of tropical even though they don't list tropical fruits. It's probably the ylang that's in here. I never noticed ylang, but there is something tropical about this fragrance. But this one has black currant, red berries, has rose, lily of the valley. If you don't want to spend the money on this but want another easy grab, I know this is niche and expensive, but it's so well done. You can pick up Lalique Amethyst. That is by the same perfumer, so they smell very similar. That one's a little bit more green, has a little bit more of like a boozy sangria top. I had actually decluttered that one because it was keeping me from wearing this one. This smells a lot like it, but it's a little bit more smoother, musky, and there's something about this one that smells fresh and clean, more put together. Lalique Amethyst is to me a little bit more fun and let your hair down. Both beautiful, easy grab, pretty girl summer fragrances. And again, that is Meliora by Parfums. Okay, another musky, these are all musky, but this one's actually newer to my collection, but I already know because I have other fragrances that fall in this scent family that this is going to be a favorite. We have Burberry Her Eau de Toilette. This is pear. It's musky. It's tart and mouth-watering. This one has pear, black currant, pink pepper, strawberry. I'm not sure what's in here that's giving it kind of that mouth-watering tartness, but this falls in the same scent family as Clean Reserve's Radiant Nectar, as well as Ariana Grande's God is a Woman. They all, of course, have their differences. This one to me is easier. It's a little bit more fruity than those two. Radiant Nectar has tobacco blossom. It's got a little bit more depth. It's another really beautiful scent, but this one's definitely easier to wear. It's fruitier. It's a little bit more mouth-watering. Radiant Nectar's, it's got something in it that's kind of dry. And then God is a Woman is a little bit more floral to my nose. This one is, it's a little spicy from the pink pepper. And again, like a lot of these, very refreshing and kind of mouth-watering. And again, that is Burberry Her Eau de Toilette. Okay, another fruity, mouth-watering scent is Ocean de Gioia. You guys know, if you've been watching my channel, my signature scent, because I did have a signature scent back in the day, was Aqua de Gioia. But I decided not to talk about her, but I'm staring at her right now. She's right here. This is another easy grab, but I talk about her enough. We're gonna shine the light on Ocean de Gioia, because this, I'm just gonna spray it. I'm just gonna smell like a tropical fruit basket. Oh my goodness. This is another one. After I'm done here, I'm gonna make myself some kind of fruity drink, because these are just all mouth-watering scents. So Ocean de Gioia, I think it's pear in this one as well. Yeah, this one has pear and citrus notes, and then it's got white florals, but this is another one that's kind of fruity, clean, but fruity, again, pear, so it's a little bit more sparkly. And then it's got musk and rose, so it's got that kind of musky rose that I tend to like in summer. This one also has something that's a little bit salty and kind of beachy, like beach kind of air to it, but a hint. Absolutely gorgeous and definite easy grab in my collection. Okay, so next we have Marc Jacobs Perfect. And this is tart. It's got lychee, narcissus. It's got almond milk. So there's something kind of, I don't want to say like tonic, but just a very kind of soft nuttiness to this one. This is another pretty easygoing, just grab and go kind of scent. And again, that is Marc Jacobs Perfect. Okay, then next we have Pivoine Suzhou from the Armani Prive collection. And if you can't find this limited edition bottle, which they still have, you can pick up the regular bottle. But this one's nice because it has this kind of iridescent, it's not strong, it's very soft, but it's really nice in summertime. But this is a very clean, kind of fresh out of the shower, slightly soapy, peony rose fragrance. Very put together, pink rose petal fragrance. Musky, easygoing, my kind of scent. I have a lot in this kind of category, that it's musky, kind of rosy. The peony in here to me softens this scent up, so it's not as sharp as some of these other musky fragrances. Because sometimes musk and rose, especially that kind of modern fresh rose, can come off a little sharp, but the peony in here kind of softens this up and makes it more of a kind of soft pink, dewy rose petal kind of scent. Kind of clean, fresh, and slightly soapy. And again, that is Pivoine Suzhou from the Armani Prive collection. Okay, another similar fragrance, but now we're getting more on that fresh, rosy side. We have Delina La Rose. And this is an easy grab just because I am head over heels for Delina. But Delina is definitely a fragrance that for me, it's more going out. It's more sexy. It's incense. It's vetiver. I know I had someone come on my comments saying there's no vetiver. I will pop in where it is. It doesn't show it on the main page, but when you discover the Delinas, I believe they all have vetiver. This one is Delina in a bikini. It's Delina at its core, but even though they don't list incense, I still get something. I don't know if it's pink pepper. I don't know what it is, but there's something that tickles my nose. But this has that kind of famous lychee rhubarb rose combo, but with a more aquatic, fresh twist. It's like if Delina just popped on a really cute pink polka dot bikini and she's gonna go lay out by some expensive pool. But it's an easy grab for me because when I want Delina and it's kind of hot outside and it's summer and I'm just maybe going to brunch, this is an easy grab. This is also one that I know Dennis is going to enjoy. I usually get a compliment when I wear it. But again, that is Delina La Rose. Okay, this last one I wasn't going to put in here because whenever I talk about this one, people always say you could just get a body splash. But this is my top easygoing fragrance, and this is just an easygoing fragrance, and that is Kayali's Eden Juicy Apple. For me, it's because of the apple. I love the note of apple. I love my Versace Dylan Blue. I have Ariana Grande's Thank You Next 2.0 that has an apple note, and I just absolutely adore this one. I know to some people this smells like a body splash, but I knew what I was getting into when I bought this fragrance. I knew that that's what it was going to smell like, but this has become my layering queen because again, I just love the note of apple. So when I want that kind of juicy tart apple, I layer this with Bath & Body Works Country Apple. When I want something a little citrus with apple, I layer this with Kayali Citrus. When I want something a little sweet, I layer this with Vanilla 28. I've layered this with all other fragrances. This is such a simple apple that it just layers well with other fragrances. So I love this one on its own, and I also love it for layering it. Where everyone loves Vanilla 28 for layering, I love this one for layering. And it's just my go-to easy, juicy apple fragrance when I want something apple in my perfume. So I wasn't going to put it in here, but I mean, it just goes with everything. All these mesh well together. I smell like a tropical fruit basket. Before we get into my honorable mentions, we're just going to go ahead and make this one my 10th fragrance. And we're just going to chalk up Cheirosa 62 to being a body splash so that one doesn't count. This is Sunset Hour by Goldfield and Banks, and honestly, I just don't know how I missed this fragrance because it's already become an easy grab in my collection. I mean, I've only had this one for a few months and I've already put quite a dent in it. You could definitely find something similar to this one in the designer realm, but if you want something slightly elevated and smoother, go ahead and check this fragrance out. It's a little bit more fruity than the other fragrances that I've talked about. The other fragrances that I talked about are more fresh, musky, a little bit more tart. This one I would say is more sweet and juicy. This has raspberry, there's orange in this one, there's pink pepper, so it's got a little bit of a spiciness. There's sandalwood at the base and cashmere. A lot of beautiful fruity notes. There's this exotic peach note in here that I've never seen in any other fragrance. So slightly more elevated than, like, I would say Valentino's Donna Born in Roma or Ralph Lauren's Beyond Romance, but those are very kind of similar sweet fragrances. Very easy, mass appealing. This is going to be super likable and another pretty girl fragrance for summer. So those are my top 10. We're gonna go over real quick some of my other easygoing fragrances that I kind of cut out. These don't smell exactly the same, but they're all that kind of musky, fruity kind of scent. I talked about this one in my first video, which I'll link below, is Lancome's Idole. This is a pear, rosy, musky scent. I'm already halfway through. I already got my backup bottle of this. Yeah. This is just, when I don't know what to wear, I'm gonna pop this on. And all of these fragrances have garnered me compliments. These are compliment getters. So this one I believe is Peony, but we have here Versace's Bright Crystal. This is a definite easy grab. This is if I'm going to the gym. This is if I'm running errands. This is if I'm working from home. This perfume will always be in my collection, even if it has been deemed basic, because this was a fragrance that Dennis picked out and purchased for me, I believe back in 2019 or 2018. And this has yuzu, watery notes. I think it's peony in this one. It might have lotus, but it's just a very pretty, musky floral scent. And again, that is Versace's Bright Crystal. Another musky floral. This one, I don't know if it's blood orange or grapefruit, but I know it's got one of those tarty citruses, but this is Chance Au Vive. And this is another easy grab. This one is light, invigorating. It's got a zestiness. Oh, yeah. This is another one that is also nice for the office because it's not offensive. Yeah. So that's another one. Then we have Sky de Gioia. I believe this one, I have a type. This one, I don't know if it's lychee. I think this one has lychee. But it's another rosy musk scent. I think this one has rose. It might have peony as well. I think Chanel Chance Au Vive might be the one that has jasmine. But the rest of them have either peony or rose. Yeah. So this is another easy grab in my collection. And then last is Tiffany & Company's Rose Gold. This is AMBRE. So it's got something kind of spicy like Delina La Rose. Like there's just something in here that's musky, but yeah, spicy. AMBRE has this way of being, when I say smoky, I don't mean like cigarette smoke. I mean smoky, spicy, kind of like incense whenever AMBRE is in a fragrance. Yeah, this is kind of your spicy rose. Another one that I don't have next to me is Haute Bijou by House of Sillage. That's another tropical, easygoing fragrance. But again, they all kind of fall in the same musky kind of floral, whether it's a rose, peony, or I think one of them has jasmine. I think it's Chanel Chance kind of direction. Yeah. So those are my top pretty girl fragrances for summer. I know that it's very popular for hot girl summer. Maybe I'll do sexy fragrances. Because I mean, I'm not really a hot girl these days. I'm definitely more of an indoor girl, more of a pretty girl, more of an easygoing, easy fragrances. And I might have some sexy date night fragrances, but I don't really have hot girl summer fragrances. I don't go to the beach like I used to. I don't hang around in a bikini unless I'm hanging out here by my jacuzzi. So I don't know if I'll ever do that hot girl fragrance, but I know that's a very popular video. But let me know in the comments below, what are some of your pretty girl easygoing fragrances? But that will do it for today's video. I hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.